I think growing up, it was really like we were delusional in like the best way possible. It was just like we were going to try everything. And I think a lot of those learnings have just tied into what we're doing now.
Mm-hmm. And with all these ideas and projects, was this startup cost ever an issue? Or when it comes to coding and building apps, like it's actually not that expensive? Because from my experience, I mean, I have a fitness app, and to get the basics put together does come at some initial cost. And a lot of people, they want to have their own app, but it's not free. Obviously, it depends on how many coders you're going to need to actually build the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Did it cost much for you guys? Or were you just doing it all yourself?
I think it was helpful. I mean, Steven was I think I would usually market it and sell it, and Steven would program it. So like there's like we used Heroku in the early days. Yeah.
And even if it seems like you have to pay for something, I think there's a lot of ways to be really scrappy and to figure out how to be extremely resourceful to get things accomplish the same outcome without building your own app or without outlaying a lot of cash. And if you have the ability to do that, fantastic. But I think it's like people are like, maybe I want my own app, but it's like, why do you want your own app? And it's like, maybe because you want to host your community. It's like, okay, well then use Discord. And like, people don't actually really care. It's like, oh wow, I'm in this one specific app versus another app. They don't really give a shit at all. It's more of like it's the perception from the creator, I think, a lot of times. And I think that's like a random example, but I guess my point is that we'd sold shoes to make a couple extra $1,000 and just make it work, I guess. So I don't think that I don't think the cost of getting started is ever that real. I think it's always there's always a way to not pay a high cost.
Mm-hmm. So when did the origins of Whop come about?
During COVID. We were doing this website builder for Twitch streamers, and then that started to become a drop shipping SaaS, which I don't know how it actually went from Twitch streamers website builder to SaaS, but it did. And then we were building this thing called Frosted. It was like it would arbitrage Amazon to eBay products. So you could go and link your eBay account, and then you could sell Amazon products for a couple dollars extra. So people would be buying on eBay, and you'd be ordering it on Amazon and delivering it to their house. Mm-hmm. People would pay for that software, and we were doing that for a little bit, and then we had someone reach out who was making a bunch of money in these forums selling sneaker bots. So they would go on and same kind of shit we did when we were younger. They'd be like, hey, I have this software available for $10 a day. Anybody want to rent it?
Yeah.
And we're like,
so during
is that the same thing?
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing that we did when we were younger. And we started to sell, Cam started to sell software through that forum. And we were like, okay, we're making a lot of money. Like, let's just structure this really well and make an actual website that we can sell this software through. Mm-hmm. And we did that, and then it was way easier, and people liked it.
Yeah. So during COVID, everyone was reselling sneakers and Supreme growing up. And then during COVID, things like PlayStation 5s retail at $500. Everyone's sitting at home all day. They want outdoor pools. They want PlayStation 5. So $500 PlayStation was reselling for $1,500. So the software was in such high demand for people buying from like Best Buy and Walmart, all these companies. So the market just spiked again. And if you had one of these pieces of software that could buy a PlayStation 5, if you could buy 10 in a day, you made $10,000. So you could rent that piece of software out for a day for $1,000. Very niche, cool market, but
super niche.
In COVID, when people were spending online, what were the dominant platforms back then? I guess
online,
Amazon.
Amazon was huge. Best Buy, Walmart. I think it's highly concentrated at that. I mean, maybe like a long tail of Shopify stores, but I think definitely Amazon won COVID.